Yo, back with another deck list. We have blue hybrid shenanigans. Alright. Now we're running 5 Digitamas in this deck list. Uppermon and Koromon. These two guys are amazing synergy with the list. One actually, which is Koromon, which actually allows you to draw a card if you trash a card, and the Uppermon allows you to draw a card if your opponent has a Digimon with no evolutions upon attacking your opponent. So these two cards really synergize really well with this list. Now on to the level 3s. We're running 12 level 3s. Sakoyamon and Motokai Betamon. These are actually stopping you from gaining, stopping you from reducing costs of your Digimon, and Betamon actually stops you from gaining memory with, like, option cards or any of your Digimon that allows you to gain some type of memory. You can actually use that to stop your opponent. This does counter a lot of stuff, especially moving on to the later sets. Sakoyamon is really strong too at stopping your opponent from reducing his Digimon evolution cost, which is green hybrids you can use that for, which is really strong. On to the next level 3, which is white, is Bokomon. This guy actually allows you to draw 2 cards into your hand when you on play effect. You get to look at the top 5, see if you can get a hybrid or 10 warriors, and you get to add a tamer into your hand. This guy is really good at just pulling and just drawing a lot of cards and your pieces that you need for your deck. So I really like this at 4. I probably would never lower it than 4, but 3 is 2 is just being crazy. All right, so moving on to the next guys, we have our typical 4/4/4 hybrids here, which are these Kumon and whatever his name is, Korahakamon. What is that? And then we have Beowulfmon. So the first guy, what he does is you can evolve this guy on anything that's a level 3 or a tamer, and you still get to have its effect. You get to trash 1 card from the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon evolution sources, and the other one you need to evolve it over a hybrid or a Tommy to use his effect. So what he does is, actually, if your opponent has no Digimon evolution sources, you get to stop him from attacking and blocking. This guy is actually really strong when doing those effects, and this can be very annoying. And then last but not least, we have Beowulfmon, which when you attack over this with this guy, you get to bounce back one of your level 4 hybrids and get to trash. You get to you get to bounce back one of your opponent's level 4 lower Digimon back into their hand. So this is really good. And on top of that, he actually, if you have a tamer underneath in his Digi sources, he gets to lower his DP by 1, well 2/1, essentially by 2, and it costs 1 to evolve him if you have a tamer underneath any of his sources. Now for the MVP card of this list is Ancient Garurumon. I love this guy essentially because you're able to swing 2 times, restand him, and restand another hybrid that you have already swung with, which you get so much value. So technically technically first you will swing with the Beowulf first, and then you will swing with the Ancient Garurumon next. What's really good about this list is the fact that since he can bounce back your level 4s back into your hand, this makes it really consistent to go into the Ancient Garurumon and then evolve over it from another card I'm gonna get to. But this is really good, man, at just being able to bounce it and then going to your Ancient Garurumon on that next turn. We're gonna show you how that goes. But next we're having the Howling Memory Boost. You get to trash 2 cards at the bottom, and then if that opponent has a Digimon that has no sources, not even the one that you trash, you can just pick a different Digimon and actually lock it if you want to, or you can pick the same one. Excuse me, but you can pick the same one. So that is another very interesting play, and we're running 3 of those. We actually this is really strong, and you can run it like this because technically the Uppermon and the Coremon, like I told you before, actually allows you to draw so many of your cards on top of Pokemon allowing you to draw 2. So you don't need to run the other memory boost, but you can if you want, but you don't really need to. So on next we have our tamers and option cards. First off, we're running 2 shorts. I didn't have enough room to put in extra shorts, but this card really does some work, honestly, just sweeping up the board if you get in any kind of situation. But the games kind of end really quick, so this is technically a flex spot, but you'll see why in a minute why I wanted to run at least 2, because if you're running some purple stuff, why not run shorts, man? Why not, man? So I think this card is really strong. Definitely sweeping the board. You have 2 sweepers, not necessarily that you need it because you're swinging so many times with the Ancient Garurumon and the Beowulf. These cards are just okay, yeah, you just added extra just to sweep. So I think it's actually cool. How are we going to get into our Ancient Garurumon a little bit more consistent is the fact that we're running Evolution Ancient, and what this does is you can actually go over one of your level 4 hybrids, or technically you don't have to go over your level 4 hybrids. If you had another level 4, I'm just saying for example, it doesn't specify you have to go over a Digimon that has hybrid. It just says you have to have a Digimon with hybrid in its traits on board, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I think you don't have to have a hybrid on your traits on board, and then you can just evolve Ancient Garurumon over another Digimon that's a level 4. So you can do it that way, but I'm just saying, just FYI, that card can do that if that's the case. So, but essentially we don't have any other level 4s besides the ones we have. So, but we're going to definitely be using Beowulf to bounce these back into your hand and then reuse them, and then use the Ancient Garurumon to come out. So essentially it is kind of a little of a loop to go into Beowulf and then swing with it, bounce a level 4 back into your hand, and then use it to go over another tamer, and then you use Evolution Ancient to go with the Ancient Garurumon. And since the Beowulf already attacked, guess what happens? He gets to restand, and you restand the Ancient Garurumon, and so on and so forth. You swing, and he can't do anything to stop it unless he has something in life to blow this whole chain up. So on forth, that is that, and I'm gonna show you another techie combo with Ancient Evolution in a minute. But we're going on to Davis. Davis allows you to actually look at the top 3, grab a blue or a green Digimon. Some people forget that it grabs green, I don't know why, but we're not running any of that. But we grabbing a blue Digimon search. We're only running 1 of those, and we're running 2 Sora and Joe. This card allows you to trash a card when you swing, and at the bottom of your sources. And then we're running Tommy at 4, of course, because he's the main attraction of this deck, is to trash 3 cards. It's ridiculous to trash 3, and it's considered to just have so many lock potentials to combo the trash to 3 and to go into this guy right here. I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not gonna do that. And you get to lock the Digimon once you go over the Tommy, and lock that once you trash 3, because I think with Egg, and then you have a level 3, then you have a level 4, and then you have a level 5. Well, it will be like 4 cards, but you can definitely trash, and then, well, you can definitely trash 4 if you want to. You can go trash 3, and then go into trash another one, and then go on top of the hybrid to lock the card. So that's if you want to do it that way, and that only costs 5, 6, it's also 6 memory, but you have to wait till the next turn to actually do it. But you can, it's possible to do all of those plays and just pretty much end your turn, especially if you have like Holly Memory Boost that gave you memory. But anyways, that is a play that you can do. But the next cards I want to finish off the list, is the Matt and the Mimi. So Matt, if you what this deck does, it synergizes so well because you trash so many cards and your opponent has no choice but to have a Digimon with no sources. And the fact that he has a Digimon with no sources, you can gain memory. So you're gonna lock the cards, he can't attack, he can't block, and then he has no sources, and then you gain the memory. So it's going to be really easy to do that. You're always going to be able to gain that memory. And going into Mimi, the fact that Mimi, if your opponent uses an option card, you get to gain the memory. So it's the defensive play and it's an offensive play because it's all turns. And for some reason, I'm really starting to love Mimi, man. I'm really starting to love this girl. For some reason, man, she works with almost all of the decks, dude. It's really good. And on top of that, she costs 2. This is such a good card, man, just to throw in any kind of deck, and I guarantee you that it would work. Guaranteed. The combination with Mimi is the reason is that you get to gain memory from Matt. You have your Davis to gain memory. You have your Sora and Joe to gain memory. So these are actually your memory setters. And what you want to do is get to like 3 memory or maybe 4 memory or whatever kind of way you want to get there. And you want to use Ancient Evolution, right? And this deck, the only way they can stop you from actually stopping you from gaining memory is using the Howling Memory Boost. So like they can go into like whatever, certain cards that have like the same, they all colors have the same effect, right? Oh, I won't say all colors, but some of the colors do have these cards that can stop from gaining the memory, right? But Howling Memory Boost, you will get stopped. But what you can do is you can bounce with Pokemon and Beowulf and bounce that card back into the hand. So you're not gonna have a problem with that. But if they can't stop Mimi, so you can go into a 0 cost Evolution Ancient and then go into, use Mimi to gain 2 memory on top of you having Davis or Matt and Sora, and you have 5 memory for just off the rip, and then go into your Ancient Garurumon on that turn and still be able to attack because you gain like a ton of memory, which is 5. You got 5 memory and you already use Beowulf to go into the chain. But this is actually really strong. You can do this before you even get Beowulf. A lot of times I do go into it before I get Beowulf, and then I can go into Beowulf and then swing first and then go into Ancient Garurumon and then swing and then restand these cards. So this is definitely an OTK deck, especially if you have a card already in the raising area, in the breeding area. You bring that up, and then you go into, you have Pokemon out, you swing 4 times and then you swing that 6th time because Beowulf can actually put that card back into your hand and then you can swing again. So this is the list, guys. Please try this out. I really enjoyed this list playing against some people. A lot of people will expect it like, oh, I'm just gonna go into Beowulf and I'm gonna just kill it and bounce it off the board. But no. This guy comes out and they can't really get rid of it that easily, and it's a 13k DP. So man, test this deck out. Like I said, again, net deck for the win. Closed casket toe tags. Please subscribe, then comment, and as always, peace.